Hello traders, welcome to today's video, Thursday the 9th of May 2024. This is your Bitcoin and crypto update. The market today is another one of those frustrating choppy days so far, not looking particularly good. But if you want something to cheer you up, love him or hate him, Trump is bullish on Bitcoin. There was an interesting video doing the rounds today. I'll just share it with you quickly and you can see what you think.
Thank you for the statement. Yeah, with the goggles on.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
There you go. So, yeah, Trump's saying that he wants to embrace Bitcoin and embrace crypto. We'll see what happens there. Maybe it means the end of another evil man, Gary Gensler. So we'll see. Anyway, into the charts. This is what I mean. Bitcoin not looking particularly good, but it's not the end of the world. All right, I wanted to see a better reaction here. So let me just go over onto the higher time frames here on Woo. And you can see on the daily, right, we're just falling away. So having come back into just this low volume area on this particular chart, having taken out the highs, local highs, and no change in this particular market structure, we have our high, low, lower high again, continuing on with this trend. There was the bounce from the yearly VWAP, and that gave a really decent reaction, but I am short from these highs on Monday and Tuesday and still holding that at the moment. And yeah, the reaction at the moment is not great, but not terrible so far. So we're just about holding on to this value area low and the daily OB that essentially marks the bottom of this little range here that we're in. Can we see if that will continue to hold, or are we looking for lower prices here? It's just, yeah, it's just very choppy, very typical of what you often see post-halving, where the whole initiative here from the market is just to get traders out, to just death by 1,000 cuts, like death by 1,000 stop losses, trading within the chop whilst there's nothing actually going on here. So it's a time where people are starting to put money into crypto thinking, oh, everything's going to go up because it's post-halving, and then things are just grinding down. So then they lose belief and they lose hope, and then they start to try and trade it because nothing's actually happening with their spot bags, and they're getting frustrated, and maybe they lose the money. So then they're going in on leverage. And that's the type of market that we're in right now. It is just one of those markets that's just shaking people out. And there is going to be another move later on in the year, but just patience here is the name of the game and what you really need to be doing. If we're looking on the lower time frames, right, this is what I was saying yesterday. I had some bids down here. I had bids around that 61,600 area. They have been filled, but I'm still holding a short position from after we took out these highs on Tuesday. And I will continue to hold that short position as a hedge in case we come down and take the previous week lows, because of course we do have poor lows down there. A bullish argument so far. Okay, we are bouncing from the anchored VWAP from this low. We have swept lows to come into these inefficiencies here, and we are starting to fill out the midpoint of this monthly range. So we have a double distribution. We basically have volume down here on the month, we have volume up here on the month, and this is slap bang in the middle. We are exactly in the middle of the monthly range. If you are to draw a fib, then we're right at that 0.5. Okay, we're right in the middle there of the monthly range, and just hanging out right now. No particular aggression to the downside. Open interest dropping off on the moves down, and I kind of repeat what I'm saying is this looks like just a shaking out thing. Whether we need to go lower to take more stops, to hit more liquidations, we just have to wait and see. If we are to go lower, there is of course monthly open down there, so having put in the low, having put in the high, maybe back testing the monthly open would be reasonable to expect. But for my own bias, I don't like deep retraces when we have moves like this because we're still in a downtrend. Okay, you want to see a shallow retrace and continuation rather than a deep retrace, because the chances are statistically more likely that you're going to then go and take the lows. But we, once again, just have to see what happens there. In terms of the order flow and everything over there, we'll just have a quick look. We are building some bullish CVD this morning. So we can see here price making a higher high, CVD making lower lows. And if we do zoom out, we are seeing a lot of selling from perps. All right, so from perpetuals, selling a lot, whereas the spot bid is holding up relatively well. Goes back to that thing, okay? It's just shaking people out that are on high leverage. Do we need to go lower, or is this enough? The market was the one that's going to tell us that. And there's you can't really have a strong bias either way when we're literally right in the middle. So we just, it is a game of patience right now to see what happens. We have that spot premium still, that remains. So long term, fine, bullish. Okay, and with the ETFs, we're not seeing anything too extreme. We're in the middle of the range. We're getting no inflows, no outflows on the ETFs. So I mentioned this previously. It is likely that we see a lot more of this in the future, as funds themselves can just manage the supply and the demand for the ETF in-house. They've built up enough supply. They've got enough coins. They can hedge against the market in whichever way they want with their own capital rather than having to tap into the underlying asset. It's only when you have extremes, so it's only when we start massively trending up or dumping again that we're going to see inflows and outflows. Most of what we see is, as long as we're trading within a range here, is going to be zeros on the board, no ETF inflows, no ETF outflows, and just everything managed in-house. Nothing else really to say there. I'm in a couple of trades on altcoins. So we have this long on Audi. So really nice, just a decent looking chart here. One of the charts that I think is just accumulating really well, absorbing this sell pressure, and I think we could see a pop up if the Bitcoin market can just give a little bit of life back into that as well here, because right now everything is just bleeding slightly against it. So unless Bitcoin gets that bit of relief, then we're unlikely to see that relief from altcoins. However, I think we are going to see altcoins outpace any bounce from Bitcoin if that does happen. So if Bitcoin comes back up towards the range highs, I think we'll see some really good reactions from the altcoins. To hedge against that, because it is 50-50 here, it could go either way. I'm in a short on sushi, so I have been filled on that now, and this is just keep it very simple. We have gaps here, 4 hour down to the 4 hour, and just looking for this, just this move down from $1.05 down towards that 98 cents region here on sushi. So that really is it. That is the end of the market update for today. I hope you have a great day. It's a lovely day here in London. So enjoy the sun if there is sun where you are, or enjoy your day whatever you're doing. So thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all of those things, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.